Hello and welcome everyone. It is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. I have a package here that I'm going to open. It should be, I think it is. It's a pegboard that is 8 sections long, like a pegboard kind of wall divider that I'm going to be using in my indoor vendor booths. I haven't talked about that much on this channel. I'm going to kind of talk about it a bit as I open this up. This one is, like I said, 8 sections long. The exact length I don't remember right now, but it's good for, and that you can kind of make it into different configurations, so it can go around a corner and stuff. So I can use it in different size booths and stuff because I'm going to be doing indoor events that aren't 10 by 10. Well, I have one that hasn't technically been confirmed yet, but that one's supposed to be 10 by 10, so I can maybe bring my tent for that one. But anyway, I don't have anywhere to hang, especially my door hanger signs that I have. Let me go get one. I have one right here. Like this. I also have ones that are bigger than this too, so, but I have nowhere to hang these in my indoor events if I don't have a tent, because I don't have a freestanding grid wall, which I was thinking of getting, but I got the pegboard instead. And I also have a lot of pegboard accessories that I got because I had gotten a different pegboard, like a metal one, locally. So it came with accessories. But then with that one, I have a hard time figuring out how I'm gonna incorporate that into my tent or into an indoor booth. So I'm like, pegboard, that's a good idea. And it was on sale, and I wanted to get it. My event is not this weekend, next weekend. The first one I'm doing, the indoor one. And then I have a big gap of time, and I have 2 or 3 in December, because I'm still not sure about the third one. They haven't confirmed technically yet, but I paid already. So, and I haven't got a refund. So I assume that's still going on. And it's a school that's doing it. It's not like a weirdo off the internet or something. So I'm assuming that I'm doing that one. I just haven't got confirmation about it yet. Otherwise, if I don't get it soon, I might, email someone. But anyway, that's a talk for another time. But anyway, so I have a bunch of these, and I like to keep them kind of generic for the vendor booth, but I also do personalized stuff and whatnot. But anyway, so I'll do this as I open. I had something similar to this, but smaller, and it was black, and it didn't really go with my theme, my colors and stuff. I had ordered it kind of last minute, and I ended up selling it shortly after. I bought it last year for an event that I did, because I know, like I said, I haven't talked about my vendor events on this channel yet. I was doing one last year that, hold on, let me get through this. I was doing one last year that was going to be outdoors, and then the canopy I had at the time got broken because I had taken it to another party that we had in the family. My sister's actually reception for her elopement, and it got broke at that party. And I'm like, I don't want to buy a new canopy right now. I was kind of, trying to save money or whatever. So a opportunity with that event, because I was doing the event a couple months later, or a month and a half, or it was July to September, 2 months later. And right after that happened, I got an email from the event organizers hey, we're opening up some indoor spots like this. There's this place, the indoor on the grounds, that we can rent out, but it wasn't available at first. Now it is. Would anyone like to move indoors? And I'm like, me, because I don't have a tent. So I moved indoors, but then I had nothing to hang the door hangers off of. So I bought one of those pegboard, similar to this, then, but it was black, like I said, and it was shorter too. Shorter, and it was also shorter this way, thinner, I guess. And it, because after the event, I said this, I sold it locally here on Facebook Marketplace. Had no problem selling it. But I didn't think I would need it, And I mean, I'm glad I kind of did because now I got something better that's more useful to me. I could have maybe used it at other events though before this. Like I said, I had one sort of similar before, so this is looking pretty promising. It's not broken or anything. That's good. The bottom's not technically. There we go. All right. Away. There's the bottom too. We'll get that later. I might keep these corners. They might be useful. Are you like that too, where you keep stuff? I don't need this, but that I might need. All right, let me move this out of the way. I should probably cut this off. Should I? Maybe I should do that after. Oh wow, that's actually really heavy. Good thing I have a wagon. I don't feel like carrying this everywhere. Okay. Alright, so we're going to move this out of the way. Temporarily. Good. Not scratch the floor more than it already is. And I'm going to move this out of the way more permanently. Alright, what do I do with my scissors now? Did you see what I did with them? Okay. Now, this one doesn't have feet. My one that I bought last time had feet on it. I don't necessarily need them, but I do have actually some spare wood that I had that I was thinking of using for like feet or stabilizers anyway. So, but for now, I'm probably just going to use. I have some leftover pavers from our patio when we were making it, so I'm just going to put one like on each corner, like one on this side and one on the back. So I think that'll work fine. Otherwise, I'll make some. I'll get some. Prefer to make it. Right. Let's do it this way. I'm confused. Where does this hinge go? There we go. That's what's confusing me. Okay. This is definitely large. I wonder if there's those on the other side too. Maybe this is supposed to be the bottom. Should I check? Yeah, it seems like that was upside down, which I guess makes sense. All right, I'm just gonna, like technically that's supposed to be the bottom, I think, because there's little stoppers and that's not on the other side, but it'll be fine here. I'll just remember when it's time to actually put it up. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's giant. All right, so I have some accessories. I want to make sure they fit on there and everything. I'm looking trying to figure out what I'm going to put on here exactly, because I could probably put signs on here too. Oh yeah, that fits nicely. That's somewhere you can see. Not sure. It's like a little flat hook. Get my door hanger again. I have a lot of different kinds. Yeah, that perfect fit. Hold on. Oh, I can't get in here because it's blocked off. Okay, so these will fit here. They'll even fit on here probably. Oops, I didn't need to do that, but if I needed them to for some reason, I could fit them on here. By the way, I don't have the light on because the lighting was really bad when I had the lighting on. So, if you're wondering. So I also have different kind of hooks. I'm trying to figure out kind of what I want everything to go on. Actually, I kind of wanted to see if, like something like this, if I put it down here more, move this out of the way, if I can hang, actually not more in the center, please, or more towards here so I have more room. Hold on a second. Right, this one's blank. I haven't painted anything on here yet, but like I could hang signs like this. I'd probably put 2 because it's a little unstable, but like this, it's fine. But I think I have shorter ones like this too. But yeah, I am looking for a way to display, because right now I have them, the ones that I have like this, I have on a table, and that takes up space for one thing, but it's also like, you can't fit, I don't have that many made right now, so it's not a big problem, but like it's easier, obviously, if they're up, people can look at them rather than being on the table, you know. Maybe they might sell better if people can actually see them. So this is good. If I can stabilize it in a way that I think is sufficient for an outdoor event, this would be good for my outdoor events too, unless I end up getting just a standing grid wall, because I want to incorporate more vertical storage in all of my booths. I already use like a hang. They're actually like garden trellises. They're not technically grid walls, but I use them as that from my tent right now, and that's working fine. But I only have so many, and like, because these are relatively large, they take up a lot of space on it, so I don't have room to put anything else really. Now this is much bigger. Like I can get a lot of stuff on here. So yeah. Anyway, let me look at some more of these hooks here and see exactly what they are. I've got that one. Put this back actually. I don't need that anymore. What else they got? Oh, I have different colors too. But this is more up. Like it's not really flat like this. Same with that one, it's just longer. Those might be options for the door hangers too. This, oh, that's not even, that doesn't belong in there. That's something else. And there's this, which is a little strange, but it's a little hook too. That, or shorter than one. Okay. Not anything too fancy. I think I got some hooks in here too. Well, these are bigger hooks than that other one. But I mean like other hooks. Those would probably be good for the door hangers, honestly. This smaller. Yeah, but those go up like they're on a hill, so I can't really, well, depends. I might be able to use them for the signs, like the square signs that I have. I don't need no tips. What is this, OSHA? Careful, you'll poke yourself. These are longer ones. Unless they're the same. No, they're the same. These are longer ones. Those are longer uphill ones. with one of those. I thought I had like circular hooks too. Maybe I'm losing it. Alright. But anyway, so, and then I can always get other stuff too to hang off the little hooks. But anyway, I wanted to make sure this wasn't damaged and that it works and that it works with my accessories. So that's it for now. We'll probably spend another day before my other event next week sometime, figuring out where everything's going to go. And then probably I'm going to take pictures and then I'm going to go set it up at the event again. So we'll spend a day doing that probably on here. That was that. Now I also have, speaking of tents and canopies, my dad decided, because he usually visits me at my events, most of them, he decided, because he had made a comment about the canopy that I do have, the one that I got to replace the one I had before, which I told him I just got a cheap one, and it actually, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, it's working pretty well. The only thing was when the one time we had an event where it was downpouring in at the end, it was kind of leaking a little bit inside, but not like, it wasn't like downpouring inside. It was just kind of leaking along the sides. So that was the only thing that was a little off about it, but otherwise it works fine. Like, I've used it in the wind and the rain and all kinds of stuff. The only thing about it though is it does pool water on the top because it doesn't have any drainage. This one supposedly has a little bit of drainage in it on the top, like in the front, I think. Well, I'll check when I put it up. So that would help with that, where it's not pooling water. So that's the upgrade, but I didn't necessarily need that. I was fine with it in the way it was. But the other thing it has too, it has a vented top, because this one doesn't. And the other thing too, the thing that he noticed is, like, it attaches to the sides but doesn't have any clips to like the top bars. So he was kind of like, that's what he noticed about it. I'm like, yeah, it's cheap, you know? So it does have that now. It has that, it has the vented top, and then it has little holes for drainage. So it is better, but I didn't need it. Like, I needed other stuff before I needed a new canopy. Like, he kind of didn't really ask. Did I say it was an early Christmas present? Because that's what it was. Like last week sometime, I went out to lunch with my parents, and he's like, hey, I want to get you this for Christmas. Pick one out. And I'm like, okay, like, I don't really need a new canopy, but I guess. What I was going to say is I could have said, well, I need like better weights for my canopy. I need like something like this. I need, there's all other things I would have bought before a new canopy. My canopy was fine, but dad's gonna dad, so I have a new canopy to open as well. I'm not sure. I'm not going to do it right now, but I might do it on this video as well, either today or a different day. Hey, your food's over here, Chazzy. Hey, you looking for your food? Here. Hey. I moved his food because I thought it might be in the way. But anyway, it's going to be not so fun to transport this, but we'll figure it out. I mean, I have a van now, so I'm able to fit it at least. I just don't want to damage it. And the hard part's going to be carrying it in, like I said, because it's not that bad, and I do have a wagon that has storage on the bottom where it might fit in. Might be a little, I might have to wrap it too to make sure it doesn't come apart as I'm doing. So anyway, we'll see how this goes, because I'm going to test it out at my next event, which is November 1st. A week and a half, basically. I also have, I think I mentioned in another video, I don't know if you watched that one though, my next major thing, other than the Halloween window that I'm going to finish painting today, that's probably going to be on a different video than this. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it, but I think this is going to be the one that's after that, this video. I'm doing a Halloween window, but that doesn't really have to be done until Saturday, because that's when our trick-or-treat is, and that's really what the purpose is, although I do make a video about it on my channel as well. But I have on Friday, I have a trunk or treat that I'm doing, a community kind of thing, that I'm able to like advertise my business at, basically. I don't think, it wasn't explicitly said at this one, because last time it was, but I did it, last year I did it with the city of New Berlin, that's where I'm from. And they have a very strict, because even I did an event with them for July 4th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And like I had to get like a separate like permit and stuff to sell at the city. Like you can't sell anything, you know, it's not allowed. So they were very like strict about it or whatever. This place, it's a church and a school. So like they invited businesses to come and hand out treats, but they didn't say anything about, well, you can't sell anything while you're there. So I assume I can't sell anything, or at least like I can advertise and stuff. And maybe if someone like wants to put a deposit down on something, maybe they can. It's not like against the rules to do that, I don't think. But I'm not going to bring stuff with me. That's what I'm saying. I don't have room anyway. What do you like to add to the conversation? I brought your food over here. Yeah, he's a cranky old man. Anyway, where was I? The trunk or treats. So last year, when I did the one with the city, which was similar, I was planning on bringing a backdrop with me to have people take pictures, and I had little photo booth props, and I thought I kept them, but I'm not sure where they are because they're not with my Halloween stuff that I have here. I don't know. I took pictures though of the ones I had, and I was going to make more anyway, so I'm going to be doing that probably on this video. But I brought like little signs that people could take pictures of their kids with a little sign that says Happy Halloween or Trick or Treat, or I don't remember everything I said on there, like boo or something like that. Like there was all kinds of little sayings I had that kids could just like, you know, and again, if you don't know, I'm a lettering artist, that's what I do. So that's kind of my thing. So I make little mini like signs or props for the photo booth, like Happy Halloween. So I'm doing that again this year. I did it last year, but I didn't actually end up implementing it. I kind of chickened out, I guess, in a way. In hindsight, I could have done it. I don't know why I exactly didn't. I think I was worried I was going to like be in the way of my neighbors, because it was like you rent a picnic table at that one, and they were all in a circle. And there were lots of empty ones. I didn't realize how many were going to be empty. Like I thought they were all going to be full. So I could have just taken another table and put my photo booth there. Like I could have asked, and I didn't. I just like, never mind. I'm not going to do it. I don't like, I can't find a good spot for it on whatever. And they kind of had like a little like hay bale kind of thing where people could take like photos. And I should have went up and been like, hey, do you want a prop to take a picture? But I never did. Not a lot of people used it anyway. But the other thing about it too is, at that event, it would have been, and I'm trying to figure out if this is going to be a problem at this event too. Probably in some ways. I don't know if this one's going to be as busy, although they're telling me I need 500 plus like treats for 500 plus kids, and I'm like, really, 500? I don't think so. We'll see though. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's really popular. But the one in the city was relatively busy, because they also had like music, and they had food trucks and stuff there and stuff. I'm not sure if they have food trucks at this one, and it's only an hour and a half, so I don't know. 500 kids in an hour and a half, that's a lot. Anyway, the thing I was getting to was like people are just kind of like rushing along, like, you know, and this would slow them down, which might be a good thing, but like it seems like the parents are kind of stressed out, and I get it. Like there was a lot of parents like, you know, like micromanaging or whatever, like because they had to. So my point is like, the thing about me wanting to do a photo booth is like no one really wants to do that. They just want to get out of here. Like just give me my kid the candy and go. Like, so we're gonna see how this one goes. But what I'm doing this year is, last year I was gonna do a fabric curtain kind of thing as a backdrop. This year I want to do a painted backdrop, but I haven't actually got the supplies to do it yet, and it's Tuesday and it's Friday, and I'm still working on my window today. I don't know, I might, depending on how far I get with this, the window, I might do today, otherwise I'm going to do it tomorrow, Thursday at the very latest. I have to go and get, I was going to do it on foam insulation board, or plywood, but I'd rather do it on the foam, I guess. I mean, economically speaking, I'd rather do it on the plywood, but I don't know. I'll see when I get there. I'm thinking foam right now because it's easy to transport and stuff, and I don't know. But the plywood I could use again. I might be able to use the foam again too, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. I'll know when I get there. I'm still kind of undecided about it. But anyway, either way, I want to have some sort of like material that I could paint on and do my lettering on and say, again, I don't even know what the design is yet, but say like Happy Halloween or something, and then people could take a picture as a family and have my little props, and I want to do that. But I'm also worried logistically when I get there, like where I'm going to set it up, because this is an actual trunk or treat. Like we're in a parking lot and I'm going to be using my car, my van. And I'm also not sure how I'm going to, like I don't have a theme. Like I know a lot of people do a theme. I'm just using whatever I have. Like I have a lot of I think my theme is going to be spiders. I think basically like I have a lot of big spiders that I can hang off my van, and spider webs and creepy fabric and stuff. And I might even incorporate one of the spiders into my photo area too. But I'm trying to figure out like, if I have like space next to me. I guess I should have asked. I still could, I suppose. Or in front of me. I might do like the photo booth in front and then come around back for your candy. I don't know. I'm also going to see if my husband's going to come with me, because that would help. Because it's not that long. He's not going to be there like hours and hours. So I think he'll come with me. We'll see. He would come with me if it was long too. I just don't like to like you don't have to be here 4 hours and being bored, So I'll probably ask him to come on. And then he can hand out the candy and I can kind of direct the photo area, or vice versa. I'd rather do the photos though myself. So either it's going to go in front of my van, and then like I said, they come around back for the candy and then go out, or if I have room next to me, I'll do it next to my van, like the photo area, because I'm worried about lines too. Like I'm an event planner by nature. That's what I started doing. And I'm like, okay, how is everyone going to come in? And then like maybe people don't want to take a picture. They just want to get candy. So now I'm probably going to have to have a sign that says, take a picture at the photo booth, get some candy, And I have to do that on site because I don't know which way is going to be which way. So, yeah. My husband coming with me will help, but he doesn't like spiders, so I don't know if he will come. He's not going to want to set that up. He will, that's fine. But anyway, as far as the lines go, I'm trying to figure out, like, how people are going to come in. And it also depends on, like, which way people are coming from. If there's a natural way that, like, it's just flowing, or if people are coming from both sides, or what's going on. Ugh. I don't know. I wish I knew so that I could figure this out ahead of time, but I'm gonna have to figure out there. Some of this stuff, even if I do ask, like I don't think they're gonna know the answer to. So it's just like when I get there, I'm gonna have to figure it out. But I have I'm trying to come up with like plan B's and plan C's and stuff in my head. I think I can work it out. We'll see how it goes though. So I think, like I said, I think this video is going to be coming out after the event, and I'll have the event on here as well. So you'll see it. But anyway, I'm going to be working on that stuff the rest of this video. For now though, I'm going to start working on my window for the previous video to this. So see you later. All right, it's still Friday. I'm headed to get my boards from Home Depot. Or at least look and see what I'm doing. I think I'm gonna get them today. Yeah, and then I have to get a few other things like gas and stuff at the store. So I'm taking a break from the window, which isn't on this video anyway. And I'm gonna do that, so I'll see you soon. All right, I got the foam boards. That was an adventure, but I got them. I got 2 of them. They're just a 1/2 inch thick. I'm actually going to cut either 1.5 feet or 2 foot off of here. Anyway, I have to kind of figure out with the backdrop, because I think I'm I'm gonna use my regular backdrop that I have and not make one, even though I was gonna make one originally. I still might, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna cut the portion off, like I said, and kind of reinforce it on the back, and then kind of reinforce the seam between the two as well. So, yeah, that's how that's gonna go. I'm gonna try to, I have to kind of figure out the contraption of it, but it's my idea so far. Gonna figure that out in the next few days, but you'll see that on the rest of this video, so just letting you know I got them. All right, it is Thursday, October 23rd. I'm in my garage. I'm gonna be putting my backdrop thing together and seeing if this, what I have will work out. Otherwise I have to go and get PVC, which I might still have to do because I'm kind of worried about tipping and whatnot. But I mean, I have sandbags and stuff, but yeah, I'm still worried about it. We'll see though, trying to figure that out. I'm also in my garage because there's people outside, but it's cold outside too. But people next door working on stuff, so. Anyway, let's just do it. It might be a little easier to secure it if I put like a cable behind it. And like I said earlier, I'm having an idea now. I'm thinking of maybe, I don't know if you heard me, thinking of maybe putting a table behind it, or sort of behind it, but propping up and only using one, and then maybe doing like curtains around it. And I'm gonna cut off the top portion. Also, if I do a table, I could probably do it horizontal. I need a table that's gonna fit in between there. I can expand it. And like, because I'm pretty sure I have a parking space, so it's like 10-ish feet. This is 8. So I could expand it out and do it horizontally. Put my 4-foot table at the lowest setting. But anyway, just thinking is if I get a table behind there, I can then put the candy behind there and people could come behind to get the candy. Or treats, I should say. I don't just have candy. I would set up another table over here with like the photo props and stuff. Because I have enough fabric, like Halloween type fabric, to go around it. Because I only have to use one. I have another one for some other time. It fits here now, like it is. You turn it a little bit. You can see the whole thing. Yeah. You want to know I'm 5'6", so. And there may be some parents that are posing with their kids. Like I said, I'm gonna have fabric behind it as well. And going around it. So I don't have to cut it and leave it like this. I just have to make sure that I get everything secured in the back. Alright, let me show you what I have back here. So again, I'm thinking they can take a picture, come back around, and the candy will be right here. even though I have a lot. So I'm probably gonna have to put another table. Spray paint both sides. Black. I have spray paint. And just a matter of making sure that I can secure this everywhere it needs to be. I'm a little worried about this part. Because, like I said, I'm gonna have a fabric. I guess maybe I could staple the fabric to foam. Once I get the fabric set up, staple that. And then, not that that's gonna hold, like a hurricane or something, but, and then just like tape the rest of it after I get the fabric up. Back here, tape it to I have really strong tape, tape it to poles. Then I'm gonna have weights and everything. But this is nice because it holds it up. And then what I'm probably gonna do also is, before I put the table here, I'm gonna do a tablecloth in here. This to the floor. I think this will work. I'll make it work. So I'll work more on this stuff tomorrow. I just want to get this painted, spray painted, so I can actually paint my design on it as well. But I have to kind of figure out where this is going to be also. But let me get it painted first, then I can figure that out. Alright, I forgot to press record, but I painted the side that's going to be painted with design on it. I actually used like more than, I bought 2 cans of spray paint and I used like 1 1/4. So I'm a little worried about the back, but I don't necessarily have to do that. Otherwise I can go run and get another one, I suppose, too. But anyway, so we're gonna let that dry. I got other stuff to do while it's drying, so let's do it. So, I think I filmed a video before where I talked about how this is peeling in the corners. I'm gonna tape it down. Because oddly enough, it's just a corner, really. And the paint is all on one sheet. It just needs to be taped down. Plus, all the corners are gonna be kind of covered up anyway. So I'm gonna take these. That's pretty good. Like I said, I'm just going to cover the back with paper. So I'm going to put stuff on the other side. I'm going to probably work on that tomorrow. I'm using this tomorrow. Do that tomorrow. I'm going to paint tomorrow as well. Got other background stuff I have to do tonight. It'll be easier to work on this tomorrow, so I'm gonna do it then. But I'm gonna move everything into the room so that I can do it. We're gonna be very, very careful with this because otherwise it's gonna fall apart. It's already falling apart. I may end up even putting my fabric on here ahead of time and stapling it on and everything after I do the painting. But for now, it's fine. I just gotta be very careful with it. It is now Friday, October 24th, day of the trunk or treat, so I'm gonna be trying to figure that out. Yesterday we painted this. First I'm gonna put a tablecloth on this 4-foot table, figure out which one I want. Because it's gonna go underneath that thing, this thing. And because it could be in the feet in the pictures, obviously. And I'm also trying to decide. I might instead, I don't know if I need the top rung actually. I might, for stabilization, I might need it. But now I'm thinking also I should move these out more like they were yesterday, so that I can stretch a piece of fabric across and clip it to here for the bottom underneath that. Also, I measured my vehicle. It's like 5.5 feet wide, a little less than that. So I'm thinking more like 6 feet, but I also have to kind of, with the tablecloth, figure out how much space I have. So the tablecloth thing I'm going to use is actually in my van, so I have to go get that. And then that's going to be, actually I'm not sure how that's going to work. It's going to have to go underneath, because that has to rest on there. I guess it could still work. Yeah, okay. So I'm putting a tablecloth on here, then I'm going to put another tablecloth in front of here, like, and clip that to here, and then I'm going to put this on here, and then secure it to these, and probably the top one. But I don't need any fabric going off the top. And then I have all kinds of like spooky fabric that I'm going to put around that. And then like I said, I think I said this before, I'm doing like a spider jean because that's what I have. And then I have to kind of touch up some of the paint when I do all that. And I'm going to also tape the edges all around. And I'm going to have fabric all around it anyway, so that should be fine. But anyway, so to secure that, I'm going to secure it to these and then the top. And then I also I'll have stuff here on the table, back, lean it up against. So that'll help, and I can always tape it to that too. And then the back, I need to put banner paper on the back of this that I'm going to use. And then I have to do all that today too, the back of it. So got a lot of work to do, and it's like, oh, my watch is charging right now. It's like 10. Here's my other clock right now too. There's no clock in my garage, go figure. I think it's like 10-ish, maybe a little bit before. So, and I have to be there at 5:15. I should be able to do this. So, gotta get started. Barely get back here. I have to move my car. Yeah, that works. I have to tape that on. Mental note, when I put that fabric down, I might want to bring it over and tape it a little bit onto that other one, so that the orange doesn't show through. Because I have a spider web thing that I could use that would match a little better, but I want to use this out here for another table, or back there for another table, with like information and stuff on it. So I just really hope when I get there I have enough space, like with my van parked in one spot. I'm hoping I get like a double spot, is basically what I'm saying. My van parked in one spot, and then I can bring this out, because I don't want to bring it out too far if everything's kind of in a line. And there isn't much room back there to walk, so I think that parents are going to get discouraged from being back there, and I want the parents back there so that they'll look at my stuff, you know? So. We'll figure it out. But this is working pretty well. And then just to test it out here. Again, I'm 5'6". It is a little short. And I raised that up as high as it can go. I mean, I could put it on risers or something. You know, if we have like a dad who's like 6 feet or whatever. Or mom. I also could, I have things. I'm just trying to see how that would affect it. I guess I could do that. I have like block things I can put here on each side and lift it up and then put this over that and then clip it on, because then it'll be big enough. Because I want to put stuff up here. I want stuff written here. So if there's parents that are going to take a picture with their kids, their head's going to be in the way, even if they're my height. So I have a way to raise it up. I'm going to do that. Let me go get that stuff right now. So these know what I'm talking about. So I put them like this on here. I can raise it up a little bit. It's not going to raise it very much, but it'll work. One here. Raise it up. I mean, might even be able to take advantage of the grooves here. And that'll help secure it, but that might poke out too much. But we'll see. Let's see what happens. So, I'm probably gonna clip it down here too. Use these for whatever. I mean, I could possibly put another layer on too. I guess let me see how tall this gets and I'll try one it more. Make sure that 6 foot people are on the edges with my lettering can't see. Maybe. Otherwise I could rise it up again. Because it might get more unstable if I bring it up further. Plus, it's going to be hard for me to do stuff back there because I'm too short. So, I think this will work. We'll leave it as one. I have those. I can maybe use them for something else. So, I wonder if I could. Well, it's probably not going to reach all the way anyway. If I could stretch this out further. But hopefully, we can get most of the people here. The picture, you know, shouldn't be like a big group of people. I mean, I guess it could be. Maybe like a school group or something. I have to do something about these. Oh, careful. I have to do something about the legs. Make sure that those are covered, so in case people, like I just did, knock into them. It's pretty good. Now that I got this figured out. I need to take this off. I need to put banner paper on the back. And then I want to tape all the edges. And then we can work on painting it. And then I'll figure out what I'm doing on the back. Let's get started. Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler. I think we're gonna see how this works. Alright, that's basically what I have. I'm going to make a web because I'm putting a spider up where that white is without the black. And he's going to kind of peer over. It's going to be his web. Or she, I guess. And probably going to put asymmetrically like happy Halloween over here in a web. So I'm going to start painting black on the spots that need it. See how patchy that looks when it's dried, but I'm going to be painting over it anyway, so. Alright, so the black paint is a little streaky, you'll figure. But we're going to be painting over that anyway. People are going to be standing here, so it doesn't really matter. And if I have to go in and touch up afterwards, I will. But let's get that going. Nice thing about making this as a web is I don't have to smooth it out as much. I didn't notice I messed this part up, so I'm going to be painting some black in here after I get done, after it dries. Also going to be adding a little color to the words so you can make sure you can see those. That's better. Now we can see where the letters are better. So I can finish off this web. All right, I need to charge my battery, but I'm going to be outlining Happy Halloween again. And then filling in some of that black there that needs to be done as soon as I let this dry for a little bit. But now I'm going to work on some other stuff, so let me charge the phone. All right, I just need to finish the painting, outlining and stuff. And I've got like an hour and a half-ish until I have to leave. A little less than that, so I want to get that done. I need to touch up some of the white anyway in places, so. All right, as far as outlining, I guess I'm gonna do that in black. See what it looks like. Almost hiding all the white when I do that. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna do some white over this again. This isn't working very well. I'm gonna use paint. Have a little freshening up to do with the red. But then I'm done painting. I know there's mistakes on there, but I don't have time. I would also like to staple some more. Make sure that everything's secure on there. Especially for the back. Okay. I'm going to show you also the things that I did while that was drying. So, unfortunately, well, I guess unfortunately, I couldn't find my sticks. And I looked for them for a bit and I couldn't find them, so I'll find them sometime. But here's the little props. And they have a little back here where you can either stick your little kid's arm in it or you can just hold it so it works. It's probably better than the stick anyway because then it doesn't show in that way. But anyway, I had Stay Spooky, Boo, Squalid Ghouls, Creeping at Real, Here for the Candy, and Official Candy Inspector, and also Cute Little Pumpkin and Cute Little Monster. So those are our props. Here, I'm going to display those. Yeah, I was going to put them on a table. I don't know if it'll fit on that table. I might have to get another table. I do need to put them somewhere too to transport them. But I'll show you the other thing here too. This is just one example, or two examples, I guess. I have these skeletons and I separate out my candy by like allergies and stuff. This one has nuts and peanut butter in it. And I warn people, this is all nuts and peanut butter. Then I have one that has no nuts. Then I have cheese balls, I have pretzels, I have fruity / sour. And then I have, no, that's it. I have 5. So each of them has a skeleton and each have a sign. But, you know, I would have done something more ornate, but I didn't have time. So, anyway, so that's the other thing I was doing. So, I'm as ready as I'm going to be, so I'm going to start packing up. Maybe I will film that. We'll see.
At first I was confused. Now my mind's just I don't think they can.
So far the tape is working. Okay, hello everyone. It's Saturday, October 25th. I wanted to make this quickly before I finish editing and uploading this video, and which comes out the same day. But it's the day after, the morning after the trunk or treat. You can see I still got my backdrop in here. I'm in my van. I just wanted to do a little recap of what happened last night after I got home. I was gonna probably do something like this, but I was exhausted. Because I've been working like non-stop this whole week on the window and then the backdrop, and I wanted to get the window done earlier so I could do the backdrop and then have some, you know, time to rest or whatever, or do more things that I wanted to do with the backdrop. I ended up doing it all pretty much, you know, yesterday. But anyway, I was exhausted. Went to bed. So we got home at like 7:30 we left a little early. We were able to leave a little early, even though it said originally that you were supposed to stay the whole time. But people were leaving, so we got home at like 7:30, which is when it was supposed to end. It wasn't that far away from us anyway. And then we ate dinner, and I say we because my husband came with me, by the way, which was nice. I'll talk about that in a minute, because it was kind of busy at times, and it was nice having someone else there handling the candy while I could handle everything else. But anyway, we got home at like 7:30. We ate. We watched a little, TV, and then my husband went to go do his thing downstairs in the basement, and I went to bed like 8:30, and then I fell asleep at like 9, probably, and I was like struggling to stay awake because I was still watching something in the other TV in my bedroom for a bit. I was trying to watch it, but I couldn't, so I fell asleep. And that's the earliest I've fallen asleep in a long time. 9 o'clock. Wow. And anyway, and it's like 8:30 now in the morning. I mean, I've been up for a bit, but I've been kind of laying around. But anyway, that's how tired I was, because I've been working nonstop, like I said. And it's finally like, oh, I can take a break. But today is going to be on the next video, is trick or treat at my house, which we don't normally get a lot of kids for. So I do have candy left. Not worried about it as far as our trick-or-treaters go. We'll finish the leftovers, or if there's something we don't like, we'll donate it or whatever. I'm not sure yet. I might put my backdrop up again by my house so people can take pictures, but I'm not sure about that. But that's going to be in the next video anyway, so we'll talk about that then. Anyway, so as far as the trunk or treat from yesterday went good. I had another one of these that I did last year that was through the city. This one was for a school. And the city didn't do it this year. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, maybe. I'm not sure. The city didn't do one this year because the park that they usually do it in is under construction. So they couldn't use the park for anything this year through the rest of the year. So they weren't able to. So I think that's going to come back next year. And last year, they did it this day, like the same day as trick or treat. So it was like I went to the trunk or treat, and then I came back for my trick or treat at the house last year. This one was the day before on Friday, and then trick or treat Saturday. So it was nice having a breather there. Similarly, though, and I expected this because they invite businesses there to advertise and stuff, but the parents all kind of, even if the parents are around, especially at this one, because it's a school and it's kind of a controlled environment, so a lot of kids were just kind of going around by themselves. But at both, if the parents were there at either of these events, like they just kind of are worried about, are the kids, getting the treats that they should have or whatever, and they just kind of rush from car to car, or the one last year was tables, so table to table, so they don't really like see any of my advertising. And then it got dark too, so it's hard to see my advertising anyway at this one. But because the other one I did was during the day, this one was at night. So no one really saw anything from me. They just thought I was just a random person, like they didn't know I was a business. Today before I did this, I went on it was the PTO of the school, like their Facebook page, and they're the ones who organized it and everything. So I went on there and I commented and I said, just a quick intro, and I give my little spiel. If anyone wants to follow me or whatever, we'll see if anything happens. There were people that were like, when they saw my backdrop, they were like, oh, this is like beautiful. Do you make this? And I'm like, yes. And I could have been like, yeah, by the way, I'm an artist, I'm a business, but it's hard to do in that environment. And I feel like I'm being rude, I guess. So I figured when I made the post today, which I might even just show you that real quick, because I'm going to show you some pictures too. That was my one, like, here's my advertisement. If anyone sees it, like, follow me, we'll see. They're probably just going to use my backdrop and not, not actually, like, I mean, there are people that thanked me that day. Like, thank you for this. I'm like, you're welcome. Like, but as far as like appreciating or following me or, you know, maybe buying something for me in the future, that's probably not going to happen. So, we'll see. But I do like doing these events. They are fun. Like, and it's also because when I do trick or treat today, we'll see if this is different this year. But there's barely any kids anymore that come. And then even the first year we were here, there was more, but there was not even that many. Like this neighborhood that I live in there aren't a lot of kids here. And if there are, they're probably just going somewhere else to a more vibrant neighborhood or for the trunk or treat or whatever. So we don't get very many. And it's not very fun. And again, I don't have kids, so I don't get to do this, you know? So going to the trunk or treats, with which I agree, if you're one of those people that think that they've kind of ruined trick or treat, but it's the way it is now. So, being able to go to these as a business is nice, even though I don't, you know, normally don't get much out of it as far as like business wise. Personal wise, like I get to have kind of fun with Halloween, which I don't get to do normally. So I'm probably going to do this again next year if they do it and the city does it, unless it's on the same day, which then I'll have to choose, which I'll probably do the school one again, honestly. But that's why I like doing these. So setup was fine. I have some pictures and video that I'm either going to show you or I'm going to splice in here. Everything worked out fine. It didn't fall down or anything like that, so it was solid planning. It got a little windy like in the middle, and I was kind of nervous about it, and I kind of reinforced the tape on the back, but didn't fall over at all. No one tripped over anything. It was good. Some people used the signs that I made, but most people didn't. That's fine. I mean, in hindsight, and I wanted to do this, I just ran out of time. I wanted to make like a sign for people, like, hey, for one thing, I had to kind of direct traffic because we had the backdrop set up in front of the back of the van that I'm in now, and the treats were in the van. So like the backdrop was in front, and then you had to go around to get the treats. So I had to be like, hey, pictures if you want them in the front, treats in the back, you know, and I had to kind of direct people around because they were kind of confused. Like they were like, does this even have anything? Like there's no candy here. Like there's just this thing. So I'd have to be like, nope, it's behind the van. You have to go, or behind the backdrop. You have to go around. So I spent most of my time doing that. And then my husband was the one that was by the candy telling people, like, you can take 2. And, you know, helping with that and telling me if it was low or whatever, because the fruity candy went through a lot at this event. I do have still, I forgot that I had another bag of that. It's right here. But I ran out of the other bag that I had. I'm like, well, I'm out of fruity stuff. But I forgot that I had another bag. But I have that for today, or if we want it when it's over. Then, like I said, I guess I can show you pictures of what it looked like in the setup and everything. All right, this was, let me bring it a little closer. This was how it looked, you know, to everyone. And everyone's like, well, is there any candy here? Because it was just this. And then I'm like, no, you got to go around. So this was behind there in my van. And then in the back, I had all my, the other way. I had all my, like, advertisement type stuff. And I was originally going to tape it up on the banner, but I did not. I just put it on the table. Which was probably a good call. But anyway, I just had, like, my pictures that I put up at my vendor events. I had my assistant, Chaz, which he did get some love that day, too. And I put a picture that I just printed out of my new window that I just did. And invited people to come see it. I'm probably going to do that in the community groups anyway today. And I said it's going to be up until Halloween, so I'm going to take it down November 1st. So you won't see me cleaning it off for a while. I was planning on cleaning it off on a video coming up this week, but it's going to be next week. But anyway, so that was that. Then, so actually I'm probably going to put this video in there as well in the video so you can see it better, but this is when it started getting kind of but you can see people were taking pictures in front of it. I tried to get like a quick video of that to show that people actually were using it. Here's also, I took a little video of the setup and the tape and everything. This is before it started. I'm going to put this video on there so you can hear it and everything too, but because I did talk. But anyway, that was that. And then I will show you too real quick. There's an album that they did just to show you. So this is the comment I was talking about that I made on the post, or I made real quick, like, here I am, this is who I am. Here's, like, you recognize the backdrop from yesterday? That's me. Like, and I said I do like backdrops like this one and signs and stuff. So that was my one advertisement that I got, and the PTO page liked it, so it's not like they didn't think it was appropriate or anything like that. And I just did the one. I'm not going to bother people, you know. But there's an album here. All right, so this is an album from there, and there's a couple pictures in here that were taken in front of my backdrop. And since they're posted here, I figure it's okay to show them. And the kids are in costume and everything, so it's not like, you know, like you can barely kind of see the kids, you know. So, like, here's one. This is the mascot. I figured that out. The mascot. So people were taking pictures with the mascot. The blue coyote. So I'm glad, you know, that people were like, oh, this is fun. Let's take a picture with the mascot in front of my thing. And there may be more pictures that are added later. And there are pictures that were taken that were kind of with that half in the background, you know. But this is all pretty much that's there right now. This is the person that organized it who's taking these pictures anyway, so. But I'm sure maybe more people will add to the album. I'm not sure. And maybe I'll show you in a different video if there's anything good. Here's someone just took a picture of the background for me. That was when it kind of got dark. Did I mention? I think I mentioned earlier, I'm not sure. It got dark like shortly after we got there. Well, I mean, so it started at 6. It got dark around 6:30. It started getting dark. And then like it got really dark at like 6:45. And then I don't know what time it was, but somewhere around then they decided to finally put on the spotlights that they had in the parking lot, so then you could see my backdrop again, because it was starting to get dark where people couldn't really see it, and then no one could really use it. So it was good that, because I didn't bring any lighting, and I should have. I thought, oh, it's probably going to get dark at some point, this is probably not going to work out very well, but luckily they had spotlights in the parking lot. So after that, then people were able to take pictures and stuff in front of it, and if they would have used the flash, they could have taken pictures too. And I did take pictures of a few people who wanted to be together, like, oh, I can take your picture if you want, you know. So like there's this one guy, I'll just say this, there's this family, this woman with her kids was like, can we get a picture? And she was like, she was telling her husband to take the picture. I'm like, well, I can take the picture for all of you if you want to get in there too. And he's like, well, I'm just the boyfriend. And he was joking, and I kind of laughed because he's like, no, I mean, I'm just kidding, I am her husband. And then I took a picture of them, all of them together after that. He's like, I was just joking. I'm like, I know. So, but anyway, that was kind of funny. And then, you know, there were a few other groups like, can you take my picture? Oh yeah, sure. And they even offered, you know, when I was like, do you want me to take the whole group? Like, I can do that, you know? So, basically that's how it went. Again, like just like the other trunk or treat, I wasn't really able to actually connect with people business-wise, but I still enjoyed doing it. So, and I made my little posts. We'll see if anything comes up from it. I doubt it, but we'll see. Even the PTO page didn't like me. You know, I like them, but we'll see. Maybe now that I have a connection, maybe they'll use me for something else. We'll see, like the PTO will, even though they didn't like my page, but maybe they'll remember me, be like, oh, we could have Shannon do this, you know. We'll see. Slowly getting there. Like, it's just like people are stubborn. Like, overall, I'm getting this with my vendor events and everything else I do. It's like, oh, I like that you did this, you know, but then even liking my page, like they don't do that. Like that's free. You don't have to buy anything from me, but I could use more like people following me so the algorithm starts paying attention, you know. It's like pulling teeth, but we'll see. Again, I still like doing it even though I don't get anything from it business-wise. And I'm probably going to do it again next year. Again, either the school or the city or both if they're on different days. Or maybe even if they're on the same day but different times. Maybe I'll be that crazy. And maybe I'll make another backdrop next year. This one, I didn't spend much time on. I wanted to do more. But for the time I spent on it, you know, I'm pretty proud of myself being able to finish it in a day. Basically. I mean, I kind of planned things out a little bit before that, as you saw in this video, but didn't have much time to do that. But that's about it for this video. I'm going to be working today. The next video is going to include trick-or-treat stuff. If there's anything finishing wise, I'm going to put on my window after this. I'm going to take a few pictures, and I'm going to set, you know, my trick-or-treat area up. So you'll see all that. And then I'm not sure what else is going to be there. I have an event that's coming up next Saturday, a week from today, a vendor event. So I'm going to be doing some stuff related to that. But I'm not sure if that's going to go on the same video as the trick-or-treat stuff or what. So I don't know. Depends on what I fill my time with. Because this week was really busy. Next week is going to be more kind of boring stuff. But we'll see what I end up doing. I do need to clean my office. Maybe I could do that. Well, I have an office. Well, I call it like a studio. Studio office. And then I have like an area in the basement that I'm trying to make into like an actual like studio where I can actually work on larger things and stuff like that. But that's not ready. But I do need to clean down there because we have, in a couple days we're getting new fiber internet, which hopefully works very well. And hopefully it's nice and fast so I can actually upload videos faster and everything. And, you know, when my husband's on the internet, it's not such a big deal when I'm trying to do stuff. We'll see how that goes. I've been hearing mixed reviews about the service, so, oof. But anyway, they're coming, and they're probably going to be down in the basement, so I got to clean down there anyway. So I'll probably be doing that maybe today or Sunday, tomorrow. Maybe that'll be part of the video. And I also have been using our 3-season room back porch area. That's what I've been using for like a studio area for now for my vendor events, but all that's going to come downstairs when I get that area set up, which is going to be sometime soon, hopefully. Cause it's cold in there anyway. I don't want to be in there. It's cold in the basement too, but it's cold in there, colder in there. So anyway, all that's going to be probably coming up on the next couple of videos. I'll stop rambling on. I think I showed you all the pictures and videos I wanted to show you. So, alright, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.